I was saying to Cara the other day, because there was another like helicopter crash in New York, I think it was.
Aye.
Aye.
Does that count towards your tally?
No, it wasn't like
I nearly sent you on because there was like a taxiing plane like just touched another plane, like literally touched it, and I nearly sent it to you again, man, this is fucking racking up this. No, I didn't actually. I think, man, this is racking up this, Danny, you're a prophet.
No, I just look at the signs, and it all points to incompetence. So I'm telling Sarah about this, I'm like, Jesus fucking Christ. I think it's Kobe Bryant, I think it's mental that people get in helicopters. I think it's absolutely insane. She went, you went in one on your stag do. And I went, oh yeah.
Only because I clicked like a chicken butt. You literally didn't. I couldn't have told you I was booking that. That was like one of the surprises. But also, I ran that past Cara as like, will he get in? If I book it, will he get in? And she was like, well, if he doesn't, he's a pussy. So I've got receipts on that if you want them. Because I booked that for you thinking like someone will do it. If you're basically giving someone a flight through the Grand Canyon if you didn't do it. But I've been in a couple of helicopters in my time. Like,
I've been in my last helicopter. Like that was.
Never did again. I got in one of them like fucking proper army ones. Like I don't even know what it was called now, but it was one where like you all sat along the side of it. Like it's got two propellers on the. Oh no, it wasn't a Chinook. No, it wasn't a Chinook. It didn't have the two propellers.
Chinook, too close to racism for me. Change that name. I know you're going to be like, oh, it's this type of bird. And I'm like, yeah, but you know what it sounds like.
Yeah, even just do a slight gesture with your eyes while you say Chinook. I dare you. I dare you. So it was one of them where like they kind of you're strapped into the side of it like you're about to do a deployment, and then like the bank around and like the seatbelt's the only thing keeping you from dropping at the door.
In what context were you in one of these?
I was kind of war. Air cadet, wasn't I?
Oh yeah, God, what
I done a bunch of shit like that.
Yeah, buddy, I went to Christian camp. Air cadet
was that the same? How was that the same? I did aerobatics. I did my own aerobatics. Like the pilot would go, you'd show us how to do like a fucking loop.
To God, so
and then he'd go, and you have control. And I'll be, well, I have control. So just taking a thing around, like battling with us. Like did that when you're driving this truck as well, man. I'm wild.
I assume their controller.
Dual control, never again.
Yeah, it's not dual control. Surely it's like when their one comes in, that takes control.
I was in the like.
You can't fight it back against dual control, right?
Well, it all moves the same. Like if I move my stick, it moves his. He's probably got like He's probably got a button to like disconnect mine.
Yeah,
He's surely got that. He never had to use it. I think. Unless you're just letting us pretend to fly. I'm like fucking Maggie Simpson.
How many of like the original pilots, like the first one, not like the pioneers of it, but I mean like when aviation as a form of like tourism took off in like fucking, I don't know, the 60s, right? How many of the early pilots were gay in secret and doing it in the cockpits? Because it's just them up there for a long time, right?
Oh, but you kind of autopilot then. You're not fucking on like an early manned flight. Like,
I don't think that's.
I reckon there's no room to fuck. You haven't got like a big spacious cabin like a Boeing 747, man. Like I think like them early flights, you would have been fucking rammed in there like a.
I'm talking the transatlantic flights, where it's like commercial. It's like the middle class is able to afford it. Like there's 20 flights happening a day between major countries and the continents during that time. Right, I agree. No one aviation's at like fucking. So I'm not suggesting like war.
Do you think pilots just got?
I don't think the B-52 stands for bumming.
That level of fucking proficiency flying just so they can have a bit of privacy.
Well, yeah, I just read. Yeah, well, because I mean, you always hear the story about the
get a hotel room, man.
but again, I bet they are also getting a hotel room because like they're flying to these countries, they're staying over there for a night and then flying back the next day. And I bet that. I just wonder if it was like.
Are you trying to
ask my gay friends?
Mate, it has to be called a cockpit for a reason.
Yes, yeah. One of them was like, "This is my cockpit." And he was like, "I'll show you my cockpit," and he had a gesture to his mouth. Because I mean, are they giving head to each other? I mean, the gays are just boys with each other at this point. And I'm just like, I wonder if they were like, "Oh my god,"
trying to think gay for the stay for a 3-hour flight.
I don't know. I just reckon. I reckon I'll talk to my gay friends. I'll be like, "Is it a like gay stereotype? Or was it like way back then for them to be pilots?" Or were they all?
Are you in the Mile High Club?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
Foot job. Aye, that's fucking weird. Foot job that you got of that guy.
I told that story.
Of that Turkish guy. But hairy
the worst
feet. Hairy feet. Just he washes them
Turkish
as well.
guys, you do great haircuts and you cook amazing food, but your feet are monstrosity.
Turkish men wash their feet.
Yeah, I don't think
that's a religious thing, right?
I wasn't suggesting it was unclean. I'm just saying they've still got gross feet.
Definitely a man's foot, isn't it?
Man's foot.
Like I think if you like to pick a nation where a man's foot looks like a man's foot, it's Turkey.
Aye. I tell you what,
a woman's foot looks like a man's
a Turkish massage with a man's foot would get any knot out of your back.
Mm-hmm.
Would never do it.
They had a Turkish bath before. Where they scrub you.
No.
Like the proper scrub you do, bloke washes you.
No.
Never been washed by a bloke. The fuck's wrong with you?
Yeah. No,
What's wrong with you? You haven't been exfoliated by a man.
You're
kidding
making
me?
assumptions. I've absolutely been washed by a man. I've never had a Turkish bath.
Sounds like you have. sounds like some white dude give you a Turkish bath.
I've been lathered up by a fellow heterosexual male.
I think I've done it. I think I've given you a Turkish bath. Because I found that photo of me, you, Barry, and Gareth in the shower. Gareth looked so happy. We all looked like we were posing for a photo. Gareth looked like he was in heaven. Gareth was like, I can't believe I'm getting away with this.
I've had a lot of baths with a lot of my straight friends.
Oh, I have.
Me and Gareth had one. Ellie reminded me of this the other day. There was one Sydney Comedy Festival where we all go back to my apartment. We get fucked up, right? We're fucking on gear, and we're not even on gear. I think we're all on MDMA, having a pilled up bath together, just enjoying our time.
Some white boy shit.
It's so funny. Him just heckling us from the side of the bath. Oh man,
you've not had your last Eve, I don't think.
No, man.
Bath of the pearl.
Man. Fucking, I love my wife. I love my kids. I think pussy's the best.
No, like getting in a bath with me, mate.
I've kissed men before. It's not for me. I've checked. I am a heterosexual man. I love bathing with the boys. I think it's fun. Man, that's what, locker rooms used to be back in the fucking day. I bet that's one of the best bits.
The Greeks. You're just a classic Greek. I'm not gay. I'm just hanging out with my boys.
Why don't we all?
just a rugby lad, aren't I?
No, I'm not a pedo.
Rugby lads just pissing all over each other in the showers and that.
First of all, I was in the sauna when you and Rick has pissed on each other.
Oh, aye.
And that fucking horrible game.
Yeah,
I did enjoy that aspect of it, right? But whenever...
That was pretty funny. We were so drunk, though.
At your wedding, I was on so much drugs. I think I took 5 separate people. I was like, I'll never be friends with you again if you don't come for a skinny dip in the ocean right now.
When Khan fell. Oh, he was so fat at the time. Now he's just fat, but at the time he was so fat. You can call him so fat now.
No.
But then it was funny because you were like, come skinny dipping in the ocean, man. We weren't even by like a sandy part of the beach. Like the bar that we're at was like craggy, right? So we're trying to get over the crags to get up to the deep bit, which went on for fucking ever, by the way. And cock and balls out, belly out, right? Just fell on his back, but there wasn't enough water to like cover him, so he just hurt his back, and he was in genuine agony on the crags, and his belly just like a fucking iceberg with the water, and he's trying to steady himself. Oh my god, I was so happy.
He's just like there, like, this is how turtles die.
Yeah, honestly, I flipped him out. I and then I can look at his big red balls. He's got massive red balls, that man. And you see them? Did I see them that day? Man, he's got like he's like a one he had space hopper.
No, and I know some people are going to be like, I can't believe you took a bunch of drugs and went in the ocean, and that's very dangerous. Don't worry, each time my dad came down to supervise, because he was like, my son's a fucking idiot. I was 27 at this point.
Yeah.
This isn't the story of a 13-year-old kid.
I was lifeguarding on it.
Every single time. I did it 5 times.
He was lifeguarding from the queue to buy a kiss off Ricketts. Ricketts set up a booth at my wedding selling kisses for £1.
I hate a lot of money.
He made money. People just queuing up, like giving him £1, giving him a kiss. Nobody asked for it. Everybody wanted it. Supply and demand.
Seller's market.
Man, he invented the market. Then fucking Rich Massara got into the market. He was like the Facebook. Ricketts was the MySpace. Ricketts invented it. Ricketts invented it. Rich perfected it. He's like, how about what he's doing, but with someone handsome? Oh, there's another kissing booth at my wedding.
This one £3, but I can see why.
Nobody bought us a kiss for me wedding either.
Yeah.
I got a freebie off Natalie, but
I don't have coins anymore. Like the one thing they need to update at supermarkets is the coin for the trolley thing.
oh, hey, lost your little trolley token. Remember, like episode number 4 or whatever, when I was putting you in Muggle Corner for having your trolley token.
I've still got one of my keys, but sometimes but not in the keys out in Australia. I didn't bring it with me. Didn't think to do that. So sometimes you get there and they're like, "Oh, it's £1 for a trolley." I'm like, I don't fucking have a coin. I can find pennies. Does any penny work? No,
I don't think so.
No. 20p's used to work in some of the.
Can you remember the 20p bubblegum machines?
Yeah.
Did you know that if you wrap a 1 pence up in just a receipt and put that in, it works as a 20 pence?
God, that's the poorest thing I've ever heard.
That's fucking a bunch of sweets for a penny. 20 times the amount of sweets. As a kid, your fucking resources are limited as a child, as far as fucking commerce is concerned.
Yeah. What kind of sweets are you getting? Jelly beans?
Jelly beans and whatnot. That's pretty much what else is in them? Because you only get the hard sweets.
Yeah.
You're not going to get like a fucking a big clump of Haribo come out of them.
But you put them inside
bubble gums.
Yeah, bubble gums.
Yeah, you get bubble gums in them.
Yeah.
God, imagine the poor shopkeeper just thinking, oh, how much money have I made today? You just think, oh man, 7 pence.
Tell you what, I miss fish and chip vans.
Fish and chip vans? What, like statics?
What do you mean?
Hold on, wait a minute. wait a hot minute. Did you have an ice cream van that sold fish and chips that come to your street?
Yeah.
Fuck off. Fuck off. No, you didn't. No, you did not. Fucking lying of us. Fruit and veg van, greengrocer.
Yeah.
Right. Ice cream van.
No, you're out of my range now.
Right. Ice cream van. Right. Which is
milk van, man. Milkman.
Well, the milkman would just come and run, and you wouldn't queue for the milkman van.
No.
No, but he would come around and do the
ice cream van.
He would chuck it like paper boy, chucking bottles of milk off his van, smashing them off your curb. You should have caught it, then you couldn't.
Same with the fish and chip guy.
So we had 2 ice cream men, right? Mr. Eddie.
Oh, fucking bragger.
Get this, Mr. Eddie, right? Class ice cream, like Mr. Whippy shit. Delaval's Ices, best ice cream in the world. You know how every nation's got every county claims that they've got the best ice cream. You've probably got one in East Weems. We had Delaval Ices. They used Delaval Ices, Seaton Delaval Ices, the ice cream shop.
Okay.
Right, and they used to pedal out around the streets on the van. It was fucking belt our ice cream.
Yeah.
And if you missed that, this bloke would come along in a van with the fucking scoop freezer stuff. Luigi would come along and just give me fucking a bit of fucking ice.
The Ricketts of ice cream.
Rich Massaro would come run first, and then Ricketts would get there. Yeah, that was if you missed the first one, you're getting shite ice cream. So we had that, and there was a greengrocer that would sell fruit and veg out the van.
Aye.
But what's this fish and chips out the van?
Picture an ice cream van, man. Change that word, fish and chips. It's exactly that. They come around. Obviously, they're not going with the. I don't think they're going on with the oil on the whole time, but maybe they were. Maybe it was covered up. It was the late 90s. And then, I can't remember if they played a jingle.
Man, just that hot oil just sloshing around in the van. Like health and safety nightmare.
Yeah. Or whether I can't remember if they had to
just fucking he's in a hurry to get and banking around the corner, just hot. I guess they would have sealed shut. You would have put a lid on it.
Yeah.
But hold on, it's gotta be sealed shut. It's cooking chips and fish.
Yeah, but also I can't.
Are you sure this isn't a fever dream?
No, I mean you've knocked my confidence now. Let me go down and ask my mum.
Was it not a static? Are you actually gonna do this?
Oh yeah. Let me go pause it here. Let me go ask my mum and dad.
Oh, there's your mum there. Shout at your mum.
Oh.
Leslie.
Mum, can you tell me if I'm being fucking mental here? In East Weems growing up, there was a fish and chip van, right?
Do they hell in a fish and chip? And so what did they have?
So sorry to say what my mum was saying there. They used to come down they had to stop coming down our street because our street was on a massive fucking hill, and they would lose half of the oil whenever they came down to the.
I knew it was a bad idea. I could tell him it was a bad idea when he had that venture. So
it was the test, man, because obviously Fife's got excellent seafood. It's because they have the best fish and chips in the fucking world. That's why.
Oh man, you know what? I don't think that they'd be able to put enough stock in the van. Like every street would just be fucking everyone getting that dinner.
Yeah, I mean,
Man.
it was definitely a big thing. I remember it happening once, and you also get it was like the most vinegary chips in the fucking world. It was the tits.
Nice. You know what made me laugh?
It's like back before they fucking charged for salt, and nowadays they charge you for a sachet of fucking salt.
To the fuck.
Yeah.
They charge you for ketchup.
Yeah.
Fuck off.
They
didn't charge you for vinegar, do they?
Fish and chip shops, no, not for vinegar, no, it's not vinegar, but a lot of the time, I've been to shit ones where it's like, oh, we'll charge my sauce. I'm like, get fucked, man. That's part of your business.
But that wouldn't worry Phil Ellis. He'd have like a big pocket full of ketchups from McDonald's, wouldn't he? It's so funny. I was going up to him in Amsterdam going, man, you must be so rich. How tight you are. You must be hoarding wealth. You're such a tight man. You're doing well.
Yeah. Remember Matthew Ellis was like always just able to like travel the world, see so much of it. And he was doing great at fucking stand-up, and I know he was getting up every weekend, but like he was able to go on the road for like fucking 3 months.
Oh, because he would budget the fuck. Like every penny counted with that man, didn't it? Yeah, like
I wanted to sound like he never dodged a fucking round.
Nah.
It would be nice where it'd be like, hey, I'd love to drink with you guys, but I'm not able to fucking contribute, so I'm not gonna fucking do it. Like he was never.
I kind of get into the round game ways, so I'm just gonna call it.
Yeah.
So there was a guy in Blythe who had a static burger van on his drive.
Great.
And people would just come round to his house and get a burger.
Like, this is a really small shop outside of his house.
He literally just set up on his drive. I don't know what the legality of that is. I don't know if he would have like probably getting rashed on.
You can assume from the area.
I'm thinking it was to a fuck. But I found that quite funny that people were just going down the road to get sell a burger on Deanview Drive.
I feel like you could do more, because like the one thing I love about LA is the taco fucking trucks. I think it's such a fucking missed trick over here.
Because they do breakfast tacos as well, which passes you by because you're not into eggs and that.
But these cunts also fucking drive outside nightclubs when those door close out, and they're like, man, if you came out, I mean, I don't want to fucking nightclubs anymore. But like, man, if I was 21 years old, right, and you drove a doner kebab to outside of the fucking Hive.
Aye.
Man, you would have been killing every single fucking time.
You know who can fuck off? The vans that sell burgers that aren't burgers, the boiled burgers, them like dirty rat burgers that you get outside of like IKEA or B&Q or whatever. There'll be like a car park and they'll have the dirty rat burger van, and you often get them outside of nightclubs as well. What, you doing boiling a burger? There's other ways of doing burger. Have some fucking pride, man. Give a proper burger to your consumer.
I don't think they
he has me £7. Give us it. Them rat burgers, dirty. I think everybody knows what you mean when you say dirty rat burger.
Oh no, I don't think people do it to me. It wasn't until you were describing it
that you knew what a dirty rat burger was. No. I think I've always called it that. I'm sure that's just the common terminology for it. It has to be. Answers on a postcard. Sometimes I think the words that I use are just the words that everybody uses, but I'm often proven wrong 99% of the time, which actually makes us better vocabulary than everyone else. But whatever.
Wow. Jesus.
I thought you was well up to my speed, but catch up. We're not the same. I coined dirty rat burger. Sure, that was me.
I like to. I'm at the stage now when I'm doing new bits. I don't know if you get this, but like, because I watch a lot of my algorithm stand up, and because I watch a lot of stand up specials when I'm high and stuff. Sometimes when I'm writing jokes, and then I'm on stage, I'll think of a tag for that joke on stage. It'll just come from my subconscious, and I'll say it. I'll get a massive laugh, and I'll just go, "Fuck, that can't have been mine."
Oh yeah,
like fucking, and I'm just there. Like I'm very grateful that I've got like friends who watch stand up, because whenever that comes up, I mess with my friends. Like, have you ever heard anyone do this joke? But yeah, I've got a lot of that right now.
Yeah, I had a thought the other day because I was looking for somewhere for acupuncture because I've still got a bit of a fucking dodgy back. Is that holistic? Is it not like that fucking making the blood flow to where they're creating pain, so the blood flows to that area? Is there not like they're prodding you in the back with fucking pins that are going to promote blood flow? That's going to bring the fucking like.
Yeah, maybe I'm getting confused. Maybe it's like the
Reiki. I don't think that's from.
No. I mean, in the sense of like there might be a physical, as opposed to like, I think people also might use it for healing.
So I
but my bullshit radar.
Yeah, I honestly don't know. I don't know the answer. I just had it recommended that it might help me back because I've had a couple of massages. I've done some yoga.
Yeah.
I'm gonna turn to rest in a minute because I've still been training.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna turn to rest, but I just wanted to give acupuncture a shot. And and I'm walking around Newtown because I typed in acupuncture and there's about 7 places within half a kilometre, and everyone I walked to was just a residential building and not a shop front. Which, if you're going to get acupuncture, I want to get in, I want to have a look at the place, like fucking someone sticking needles in me back.
Yeah.
I don't want to just like come around your house.
Well, it also, can you get, you could still get happy endings from them?
That was the joke that I thought of, right? So when I was on this fucking walk, I was like, I went acupuncture, I got a happy ending, now I pissed like a sprinkler.
Yeah.
But it come to this like so fucking like easy that I felt like, is it hacky?
Yeah,
Is it done?
Yeah.
Has an actual joke teller done this already?
Well, I guess that's another thing of like, oh man, because I came to that conclusion so quickly on stage, is that now something that is just like, is it one of those things that people stumble across, other comics stumble across, and I've just found low-hanging fruit?
Because I think if any comic was putting their mind on acupuncture, the instant punchline that you'd come to would be based on happy ending with acupuncture, sticking needles in your dick, and then whatever punchline you come up with, I'm pissing like a sprinkler. Yeah. Like the route to that is just such a piece of piss that like I can't be the only one that's walked it.
Yeah.
So like you have to just go and, right, and maybe he's going to have to put that down.
Here we go. Acupuncture isn't necessarily bullshit, but it depends on what claims are being made and how it's being used. Here's the deal. Some evidence suggests that acupuncture can help with certain types of pain, like chronic lower back pain, neck pain, and headaches. It might also help with things like nausea after surgery or chemotherapy. That's why mainstream medical providers include it as a complementary therapy.
Oh yeah, apparently you can get it on the like NHS here. You know, if you can like just get it charged back home.
Fair enough. Okay, well.
Have I got it done?
No. I still, even though I've now just found out that it's not bullshit.
You'd have reverse placebo.
Yeah.
It wouldn't work because you've convinced yourself it doesn't work.
Yeah. It's the same
Placebo, no.
No. Genuinely delete that.
I don't want that. I don't want that in me, mate. I don't want that in my back catalogue.
What about now? Keep it.
Nah.
Now actually keep it. Now that you're pitching it to me, I do like the sound of that.
Please don't. Just dig deeper.
Not deeper. That suggests you're achieving something. That achieves that you're scraping. You're at least doing something. There was effort required to get a layer deeper. You've done that. You've like just.
Please don't pause. The worst thing I've ever done. It's literally the worst thing I've ever. I'm actually embarrassed. I think I'm blushing.
Probably just the sun.
I haven't been wearing a lot of sunscreen considering like just because you're just walking to the gym or walking to the like food, you're not going to get sunburned.
Yeah.
But like just them like little bits of exposure in Australia can be dangerous, right?
Not myth.
Aye.
Yeah.
Like the weather.
Yeah, woke nonsense.
I don't believe when people are telling the weather on the telly, I'm like, fucking irate, guess us.
Yeah. Like, you are.
Tipsters.
I wonder if AI is going to vastly improve weather forecasting.
Surely.
Yeah, you'd think.
Yeah.
Or like maybe how long? Maybe they've actually had it for ages, but they got to get.
But
better.
like Michael Fisher's just grandfathered in.
Yeah, I look at fucking like meteorologists the same way I look at like fucking psychics. I'm like, man, you're pitching it well, but I know you're lying. I know you're. I know this is just smart guessing you're doing.
It's like the weather. The weather's like the horoscopes for me.
What do you have to do to become a meteorologist? Is that like a real degree, or is that?
I feel like
It's also what a cool name for such a fucking lame job. How did you dealt the weather and you got meteorologist? Meteors are fucking awesome.
Yeah, your name like sounds like it's above astronaut.
Yeah,
it's nowhere near astronaut.
You're downstairs pointing at this guy. I'm a meteorologist. Get fucked. You don't even talk about meteors. You tell me how windy it is tomorrow.
Meteorologist, and you're telling me women can date?
No.
Doing a bit, girls.
Yeah.
Doing a bit.
You should have doing a bit, toots.
I'm doing a bit, sugar tits.
What a great way to throw gasoline onto the fire.
And look, right, if you're listening to this while you're cooking, just take a look at yourself.
I cannot.
If you're listening to this while you're ironing, think about what's happening.
Can I tell you how quickly I am going to add that into my next time I'm annoying Cara? She's like, just stop doing I'll just be like, doing a bit sugar tits.
You can't call her sugar tits.
Well, no, I call her sugar tits all the
time. The mother of your children.
Call her sugar tits. I've spoken about this all the time. I love calling my wife old school sexist terms. I've done it for years.
Yeah, get on the bed, you Buxom, you on Strumpet.
Yeah, on Strumpets, such a good one.
Come here, you hussy.
Yeah.
Yeah, her indoors.
Sometimes I just like you common street whore. I really like seductress.
You siren.
Lady of the night.
Oh, let's succubus.
Yes, love it. Oh, I love all the old school sexism. I say, bring it. If they're remaking the movies, if I'm look, ladies, I don't mean it. I'm just doing it because they're fun words, and hopefully you can see this.
What's old school stuff about men? Like gentlemen.
I guess everyone was a predator back then, but they were just getting away with it fucking heaps more back then.
So what were men called? Like suave,
yeah, sophisticated, cool. Depends what era. Gnarly, dope dudes. I'm trying to bring dope back and kind of.
It hasn't been gone long enough.
It's also, buddy, it's not me that's bringing it back. Like if it comes back, the blacks will have to.
I think I already rewatching Ted 2 that. Dope. Yeah. I never really got on board with sick. Australia's big on sick still.
Yeah.
They still do sick a lot.
Yeah, I do like nah.
There was like an era like in the like 90s where like Bill and Ted and all that where they were trying out some fucking wild ones like Bodacious and all that or they were really like fucking trying to punch some like the turtles and all that.
Radical,
yeah.
Radical, yeah.
They're trying to punch some stuff that Tom Stade still does. I don't know if like can you get on what's new, what's now. I might be out of touch with this, but like when Elliot's like talking about a good-looking girl as a baddie, I kind of get on board with that, man.
Baddies are the Nazis in Raiders of the Lost Ark. Baddies,
not like the boss on a computer game's the end-level baddie. You can't call end-level baddie. You want M. Bison? You're going on a date with M. Bison.
Who?
The baddie from Street Fighter.
Fucking we're dating each other here.
I don't know. Guru, the baddie from Mortal Kombat.
Again,
well, the arms.
I never.
Holy smokes, man! Had on Soul Calibur. Who was the baddie on Soul Calibur?
Oh, I'm not gonna fucking remember that. I just remember Kilik was the one.
Kilik was class.
Yeah, you just.
Oh no, Kilik was the fucking. You keep raid. He was the Dalsim.
He was the you jumped and you whacked down. You jump and you fucking.
Yeah, but then like skill points for Maxi. If you played Maxi on Soul Calibur, like he's not as rangy, but like he looks cooler. He's in nunchucks.
Aye. Do you remember the cheating Soul Calibur that you could do on the Dreamcast?
No.
Where after the post-credit scene, it was like you get to see like one of the characters' boobs, right? And it's not. It's just skin colour.
I was such a pervert on that game as well.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, man. When you're a teenager playing Soul Calibur, they got those fucking tits.
I fucking invented upskirting on that game. I invented the upskirt on Soul Calibur. I swear to God, because you could when you'd play practice mode, you could pause the game at any point and then pan the camera.
Yeah.
And I would literally like whatever the lassie was called on it. What's her tits? I think she was called What's her tits. I'd pause it when she was doing like a spin kick and then try and get a look around and I'm like, come on man, finish the graphics, guys.
lazy work, shoddy work. Clearly not a master of the craft.
You didn't think for a second that anyone might look.
Fucking this guy who based the game off of hentai, you're telling me he doesn't know how to animate a pussy?
Those animators have their own catalogues of graphics. 100% they do. I guarantee it. Like whoever made Tifa on the Final Fantasy VII remake has got honors of homemade porn on his.
It's nowadays we're fucking. What's the Baldur's Gate 3? They're like full cock and balls.
Oh, aye. Yeah, that's right.
All across.
And Shadowheart's quite hot as well.
Yeah, she is.
In one way, until she's like rabbits on and that.
I do you realise she's Christian?
Yeah, you're like, oh god. All right, I'll just pretend I like your religion. I've done this dance many a time. Pretended to be into what you want to. Oh yeah, class that. I wait do later. I fucking I rattled Lysel in it.
Did you? Which one's laid down?
Early doors now. Straight in. Which one's laid down? The green bitch? I don't know why I full committed and went full misogynistic. I'm not as misogynistic. I swear to God.
Come up with a racial
the frog hole.
Come up with a racial slur for orcs.
Orcs.
Yeah.
All right.
Because orcs is why it's not racial slur, but it's a slur against the Russian army. Oh God.
I nearly put an N at the end of swamp.
No.
And then,
no, that's just racism. Black people.
Man, you can't do that. I'm doing orcs. You can't call a black person.
Yeah, exactly. You can't just come in with and use the weight of that slur and add it to yours and be like, I did all the heavy lifting. Like the slur from your swamp one is all of it comes from the strength of that slur. That's cheating. You can't.
All right. Well, what's left? Swamp jockey. So,
I've said before in this podcast, any jockey slur.
Wet front. Wet top. I don't know why that's so wet. Orcs are green, aren't they?
Yeah. This is hard. This is like one of the worst things about fantasy novels when you read them is it makes me cringe every fucking time. Is like the slurs, the in-universe slurs that they have. Is in sci-fi as well.
Like calling zombies geeks.
Yeah. Just any time they no, but more like in. I'm trying to think of a fucking example in Stormlight.
Oh, like calling the dragon board like
they say storms instead of fuck, and it's creme.
Oh yeah,
shit.
Colours. What was the colour? I'm reading that now, aren't I? Let's say colours.
Warbreaker, yeah, colours, all that shit.
Light, yeah.
Light, blast.
Yeah.
Like, I can't remember what the one from Serenity is. But they're all so fucking lame. Where they're like,
like it's more like a replacement for drat than it is a replacement for a swear word.
I've never been satisfied with like a swear word in any TV show or book that's made up in sci-fi.
I think I'm on the verge of a Sanderlanche. I'm feeling it. That's the one that's like as bad as Placebo, by the way.
Yeah, Sanderlanche.
Sanderlanche is like in the same bracket. But I'm getting there. Like I haven't wanted to pick it up for a short period because you know how I've been like just reading the book in short bits, like in the Uber or whatever. I'm like, now I want to strap in. I don't want to do like short, like 20-minute bursts. I want to strap in for a bit for the final part of that book. So I'm ready to go. My date tonight when I get in.
Yeah, you do need to.
And I'm also, as soon as I finish this audiobook A Wheel of Time, I'm onto the Brandon Sanderson books. I don't want to speak ill of the dead. I'm hoping they get better.
They do. You're in the slog. And I find the slog, I enjoy it. I don't say it's a slog the second time.
Yeah, you're a faster reader than me.
Yeah.
I'm in the slog for at least 3 times as long as you are.
Yeah. Whereas I'm like you on a fucking...
That's why I switched to audiobooks actually.
Yeah.
Because I've been reading that, but then I'm like, nah, I want to read Brandon Sanderson now, like, and I'm gonna relegate this to audiobook.
Yeah,
no. I've done like the last 2 or 3.
It does get better. He gets Matt wrong. He
tells us about this. But Matt's had some ups and downs anyways. Like it's not like his character arc's been without turbulence. So like for him to add a bit of turbulence doesn't mean he's taking him off track, right? I mean, I haven't gotten to that bit yet. I'll take your word for it.
I just mean.
Is it like when in the films they made fucking Dumbledore like really fucking shouted Harry Potter and it was like so out of character compared to the books.
Yeah.
What are you reading now?
Nothing. I'm out the fucking.
Do you know what? I think I'm gonna tap out of books and computer games for a little bit because I'm really enjoying them. Like I've loved nothing more than just sinking hours in Hades, sinking hours in these books, right? But I've got a show to write. And we're talking on the last episode about pausing the podcast. We're gonna have to do that. Like, so we'll get back. We'll do a couple from the studio in May, and we'll do like a little sign off one, and we'll just pause it for a bit just while I get my show written. But I think I might have to tap out at everything. Where like when I wake up from my day, the whole day in front of us is like available for writing, and I haven't got all these other distractions that are set aside because I've really struggled with writing a show while touring a show.
Yeah.
Because I just want to do the stuff I'm doing. And if I write a bit, I want to do it now.
When does your tour finish?
Like in a week and a half's time, 2 weeks.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Are you going to do my Newcastle show?
When?
11th of May. I'll come down and do that.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
And
Where is it?
it's at the stand.
Too small for me. And what have they done for me recently?
It's pretty fun.
all the spots, everything. They've never stopped.
Everything.
They've never stopped.
They've
never stopped giving me a platform.
So I've got that. I've got my Anik show, which is I think that was you said that was a bit too soon after getting back. But if you want to do that, you can. It's not too far from yours, really, because it's halfway between Berwick and Newcastle.
Where is it?
It's like north of Blythe, but like
what's it called?
Anik.
Spell it.
ALNWICK. You might pass a train stop called Almouth.
Yeah.
On the way to Newcastle, sometimes it's that train stop as Anik. So I've got that on the 4th, I think it is.
Yeah.
And both of them are sold out. Apart from like whatever, I'll probably like release a few tickets near the time because I don't think I'm using all my comps. So hit us up if you haven't got your tickets, and I'll try and time the release and messaging you. And then I think there's still some ones for Barnard Castle, but that's maybe a bit out your way. It's up to you if you want to do that.
I think I've also got stuff when I'm home. I did the comedy. I did my work in progress at the store last night, and smashed, but like cheated. Like
what? Like had writing on your hand?
No.
Rather cheat on my wife.
True. No. Like doing a work in progress at like a really good comedy club where like they were like, do you want to announce the Sydney show? And I was like, just put it out to your mailing list, and if it doesn't sell out, then I can post about it. But I just wanted, I wanted my own fucking audience. I wanted people who were excited.
So you brought your own folk in.
So I brought, full comedy store, 270.
But you have just done a whole weekend of gigs in front of people that didn't know you. Or some of them did.
Yeah. And really enjoyed some of those gigs. And the other one of the ones where I was just like, oh God, I didn't have the courage to do I was doing my best new stuff where I was like, it was supposed to be a weekend of, if you come up with any stuff during the day, just go on with it. But then like all the acts we were on over the weekend were really fucking good and kept smashing. And because I put out the game so long, I had that little bit of ego being like, I'm the headliner, I can't be the worst.
I can't.
As much as I want to be like,
just get around and just do killer bits that you've done on TV.
Yeah. Well, no, I can go all the way back there, but like the new stuff, the stuff that I've worked on the most, so you heavily relied on that.
So even though you've got bits that could really use work,
yeah.
But man, that's the bits where like going on and do like bits in the middle or close red raw, where like they know that you're only there because of that. Because that was like a weekend club night. But I
still think you can do any of the bits on stage. Like I used to do the fucking Josie Dead Sister stuff on at
club nights.
Yeah. Like I think your dark stuff and you should absolutely work in clubs. Like you should be able to.
In good clubs anyway.
Yeah.
You couldn't have done them at the old Hyenas and Junglers and stuff.
Oh, I don't know. I mean, I think maybe like if it's bunch of like heavy enough at the start, but it's dark. It's what they want.
Mm-hmm.
Like if it's Jim Jeffries was doing all of his fucking really good dark stuff. As well. He was doing the gun control bit in clubs and stuff, and that was definitely fucking pissing people off. But he was getting them in by being on their side.
I saw Matt Ewins for the first time last night. He's so fucking good, man.
He's so funny.
Man, he had this clip of him. He gaffer taped a dildo to one Roomba and a flashlight to another Roomba, and just sat and watched them as they rode around the living room nearly fucking. And it was so suspenseful. He just showed like 2 minutes of footage. Not even that. Like it was a short spot. Like it was a 5-minute spot, and he had loads of stuff. So it was probably about fucking 25 seconds of footage, if that. Right. I saw him afterwards. I was like, man, I'd watch that for hours. I'd watch the Roombas nearly fucking.
That's a modern day screensaver.
It probably is. It was class. Do you remember a screensaver called Johnny Castaway?
No.
Do you not?
Describe it.
It was in a desert island, and there was a little man stuck on the desert island, and he'd walk around and he'd go fishing, and like what he would catch when he was fishing would occasionally be different. It would be like a boot, or it would actually be a fish, and then he would catch the fish and put it on the fire, and then sometimes he'd just get a tire or whatever. And
it's very funny if what you fished out of it was your internet search history.
Yeah, what porn you've been googling, and he chuck it back, mate. Then like there's a cruise ship goes by and he's waving, and it just keeps on going by and stuff. But it was just like there was constantly new stuff coming up, to the point that like when I was a kid living at my parents' house, I was just constantly not wanting to take my eye off the screensaver in case something new happened. Like, it had that like fascinating like, because it wasn't always on a cycle. It wasn't like a specific thing followed a specific thing. It was like just completely random. So I'd be like, oh shit, we haven't seen this one. Like shouting on Gav, who can go flying. Fuck Gav, there's a shark.
He's upstairs discovering porn on the internet, and you're like, "Ooh, the screensaver got a new fish." I've never seen him get a seahorse in a net before. This is exciting.
I think that sums me up perfectly. That I was contented for hours with the screensaver.
Like, your dad being like, "I'm not going to pay. Why am I paying for Sky?" The cunt's been watching that screensaver for 90 minutes.
I was listening into the gig at the gala at Chatswood a couple of days ago, right, in Sydney. And I didn't want to like poke my head around because the audience can see you, so I just kind of had my head at the side. I had my ear to the thing, but I was looking up at the big screen, which just had the Sydney Comedy Festival like logo on, right. And I was staring at that for like a full set with my ear to the gig and staring at it. And Cam Knight come to join us, thinking I was watching the screen, and just saw us just staring at the fucking logo for 5 minutes straight. And he was like, there's not a screen. It's like that fucking episode of Parks and Rec where the guy just sat in his office just staring at the wall.
Yeah.
Like, oh no, it's got rumbled being simple.
Yeah, I mean, that doesn't happen.
No, I never get rumbled being simple. I'm normally pretty overt with it. Now I have to get discovered.
Some people wear their heart on their sleeve, and you wear your thickness out front.
It's nice. Keeps us happy. I'm going home in a few days.
I'm going home in 2 days.
Are you leaving?
No.
Are you leaving before us?
Yeah, Saturday morning, 6 a.m.
Oh.
Yeah.
That may as well just leave now.
Got to get to the airport at like 3. Are you going to join us for 2 up tomorrow?
Oh, Anzac Day, is it?
Aye.
Yes. I've got sound check at 3. When he's doing it?
Oh, come round here for like 11, I'd say.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, because we'll go to just the...
Been 2 up in the house?
No.
Kind of bombing.
Aye, come here first and we'll meet you.
You're at the airport? What the fuck's... there's people drinking by the airport, is there?
First of all, the airport's that way.
Is this not just a residential area next to the airport?
No, there's fucking...
You're in, like, Paisley.
No, it's nicer than Paisley.
That's nicer than Paisley, but Ponteland, like Newcastle, like, just the residential town that just solely exists because it services the airport.
Yeah, I guess. Well, I mean, I don't know if that's true. Like, it feels like there is a lot of Airbnbs out here, but maybe that's how it started. I don't know. But no, man, there's a couple of bars. There's an RSL, which I never know what it stands for. Do you know?
Nah.
Well,
there's a BWS, does that stand for bottles, beers, wines and spirits?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what's ISL? Is that like a chain bar? Like a Wetherspoons?
What is an RSL?
What's an ISL? IRL?
In Australia, an RSL is officially the Returned and Services League of Australia. It's a not-for-profit organisation that supports veterans and their families. It's a national network, state branches and sub-branches offering service like advocacy, welfare support.
Like kind of Rotary Club?
Yeah, I guess. Maybe.
Whatever they are.
So apparently, when I asked Instagram where was a good place to like do it,
so what's 2 up again? It's where you put a couple of coins on your elbow and then catch them like that.
Yeah, just do that.
Class. I'm going to fleece the lot of yours. Practicing for that all my life.
I think that one definitely does that. I don't know if it's good. Never been at one before. Ozzy said it was good. I tend to trust their judgment on that.
What is 2 up?
So 2 up.
I've played it before.
If you want to, there's a guy with a paddle with 2 coins in it, right? And he throws them up in the air. If it both comes up head, the person who bet on the head win. If it both comes tails, the person who bet both on tails wins, right? And if it's obviously one of each, they flip again, and you yell at him like he did it on purpose. And you scream and you ruin his life.
You arsehole, you fucking...
Yeah, it's great.
Ask for head.
Yeah. And then if you want to bet on heads, what you do is you take a 10, a 5, a 20, whatever your fucking thing is that you want to bet, and you hit it off your heads. Like this, and then if somebody goes, I think it's going to be tails, and I'll happily bet you $20, they come over, give you their $20, you take it, keep it on your head, they flip the coin. If it comes up heads, you keep the money, and you go, good game. Right, but no, it's very respectful. And then if they win, you go find that person and give them money. And I've had blokes in this country like track me down and be like, here's your £100 that you won. While drunk and stupid. I've never seen it.
Like honesty policy on gambling.
Nobody
scrapping.
I've never once seen anyone like.
Things are about to change in this town.
Not my culture, not my tradition.
Okay, well, I pointed at my arse. You see, my face looks like my arse.
What do you mean your money? I've got it. It's in my hand. It's my money. I don't care what the coin said. Nah. Maybe if you again, let us on a postcard if you've ever had a fucking moment where you're like,
You know, it was a mint game. I didn't think we gambled on it, but we did it for like a forfeit before going on holiday. It was before we went to Pamplona, who was going to wear the pink bandana.
oh yeah,
And we're all sat round Milo's garden. And everyone has 3 coins, and you put your hand behind your back, and you can put 0, 1, 2, or 3 coins in your right hand, and then put your right hand in the middle.
right.
And then say how many coins you think there is in total in the middle. So you know how much is in your hand, but you don't know how much is in anyone else's. And the person that's the closest or whatever wins, or the person that's furthest out loses a life.
Aye.
That's a good game.
Yeah. 2 up is better. 2 up is. I really hope the RSL is going to be good. I do think there's a pub in the area, but
Yeah.
because we're so up so early on fucking Saturday, we're
Yeah.
not getting
So
too much.
You're going to drag me out of the suburbs to just be in some
You
little
got some
fucking...
chicken 3, cunt.
And have it back in town.
Yeah, but come out for like 2.5 hours.
Yeah, I can do
Because
that.
it starts at 12. We'll just go there for then, see what it's like. Because then if we go there for 12, we can then be like, all right,
Yeah.
we'll actually go to a pub and do this.
Oh, yeah, because that's right. We could all just go back to Newtown or something if we had to.
If we have to, if it's too shy.
Probably not. Dragging an entire family across town
No.
for a bit of gambling.
Yeah.
Come on, son. We're just Daddy's got to gamble. Get in the boot.
Yeah. Oh, I imagine that happens. Well, I do think, I'm curious to see if we can fucking take the kids to this. Because it happens in pubs during the day. I've never seen kids before, but I've also never been on the lookout for kids before.
Aye.
Imagine before it gets too carnage.
When I was a kid, my dad used to take us from town to town in his truck arm wrestling people.
Aye.
Aye.
Just to show the other turns what a fucking loser you were.
just think I'm the kid from Over the Top by Sylvester Stallone. just start selling that film as my life story.
I've not seen that before.
Have you not? Oh, there's a film where Sylvester Stallone took his kid around from town to town arm wrestling for money.
Right. And why? Because the kid's just really strong?
He's just good at it. Aye. He's just belted arm wrestling. Look at him. He's Rocky. He's Rambo. He's an arm wrestling guy.
Wait, so Sylvester Stallone is a kid, or is just Sylvester Stallone has a kid?
No, he has a kid.
Right.
Yeah.
How's the casting in it? Does the kid look like Sylvester Stallone?
I don't know. I wonder what that kid's dating now. Nah.
Memory.
No, I wonder because they're like, I haven't checked in on every child star, but the ones I have checked in on, it hasn't been good.
Aye, nobody's had a good.
Nah.
Dewey's not going to be
Oh,
like the redo of Malcolm in the Middle.
no.
If recast him.
He couldn't remember any of it, could he?
No, that was an urban legend about Frankie Muniz.
Right.
The rumor was that he lost all of his memories of Malcolm in the Middle because he was in like a fucking car crash or whatever. Not true.
Not true. So, Anakin Skywalker went to shit.
Yeah.
The fucking, it was catastrophic what happened to the talented young kid that was in Terminator 2 and John Connor in American History X. He played
is it?
the younger Danny Vinland.
What happened
Huh?
What happened then?
Oh, he got like kind of non-stunned by his agent, who's a woman, so not the same.
It is.
Sounds class. What's he whinging about? I know it is. I totally know. It's the dad of a son.
And the doctor.
But like just saying like
Just in case she
it
goes
wouldn't.
into a nonce.
No, I'm just, yeah, right, let's see. And then ended up like fucking trying to like crowdfund like a fucking kidney transplant or something. Like he's like it just fucking there's just a catalogue of just shit that went fucking like west for him, which is a shame because he was so fucking good. Like they're 2 of the best performances. Definitely the American History X one. So Anakin Skywalker went to shit. Forget that kid's name, but he's I don't even know if he's still alive. Haley Joel Osment at the minute's having a mad one.
Oh yeah.
But like, it didn't even sound like that bad when he was doing it. It was like, oh, you're going to ski lift without skis and his hat on backwards. I'm
Yeah,
like, I did that last week.
But you weren't shouting anti-Semitic slurs.
Oh, is that what he's doing?
Yeah.
Right in the lead with that.
What a man. Matthew, please clip him just thinking he's like he's done what we've all done. That's a great clip. I love you saying that.
They didn't. They didn't even lead with that. I just saw the clickbait headline about him getting on a ski lift when he skis and a hat on backwards.
The worst bit of still think the worst bit of like racism I've ever heard from a celebrity was have you ever listened to the Mel Gibson one where he gets arrested by I think it's like a black police officer. I think she's female, but he's talking about how she's and I can't remember what it's called, but I just viscerally remember he says pack of N-words. Like pack, he's like, there was a pack, and I'm like, oh man, like the word pack there is almost more offensive than the N-word.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
The collective noun like made them feral.
Yeah. It's really, really painted.
Because you hunt in packs.
Yeah, aye. I remember that one being like, oh, that was I don't think you recovered from that, which is a shame because Daddy's Home 2 is an excellent.
And so that was Mel Gibson.
Yeah.
And then did he say? I mean, Kanye West done multiple things, but the one where he's like, "I'm not going to tell you the race of the doctor. It was a Jewish doctor."
Oh man!
Like, oh my god!
Such a dumb man.
It's just seriously not well.
Yeah, and also dumb. Like you can be a genius. That's the thing, right? Genius. I think musically he's a genius. Enough people fucking say that, but you can be a genius in one thing, like thick as shit. Everything else.
What?
Like, you're genius. This is what people don't understand about Elon Musk. Like, he's a good businessman. He doesn't. He's not inventing the rockets. He's not designing them. He's not helping.
Yeah.
Things.
Yeah.
Like his genius in one thing doesn't just because
it doesn't translate. Yeah.
Doesn't go across.
He's not your guy.
Is
there anybody whose like body of work that you really enjoy where you'd be like gutted to not be able to watch it with the same enjoyment again?
What if I found it?
Or like you'd have if Brandon Sanderson fucking done you dirty.
Yeah,
because that like Neil Gaiman was no big loss to me. Like I wasn't fucking like.
Did you read the article?
You know what? Cliff Notes.
I read the whole thing.
Yeah, did you?
Oh.
Bad man.
Yeah, man.
Power tripping kind of stuff.
Just to do it like so much of it like in front of his own kid and stuff.
What? Go on.
To like sexually
turn the podcast sour. What was what did he do?
So there was like one bit where he would make her like fuck him, suck his dick. Like he'd fuck her up the ass, make her suck his dick. And like there were times when, because she was babysitting his kid, and there'd be times when like while she was babysitting, would just fuck her in the same hotel room and stuff, like in front of
the kid's there. How old's the kid?
6, 7, and sometimes like the kid's calling.
That's paedophilia.
And at another point, the kid is being told, the kid is calling the woman like slave. Because he's heard. So
he's like he's teaching his kid how to treat women badly.
Real.
He's literally fucking. He's hardwiring that fucking software on a young mind.
I don't know if he did it. Like, it's hard to know. How
is he gone to jail? Is that jail?
I mean, it should be jail.
Yeah, it should be jail.
You got a lot of money. It's white.
So like I'd read the American Gods. I wasn't that bothered.
I liked American
Gods. Yeah, it was alright. Yeah, I was like, I'm not.
I never got into the Sandman.
Stephen King, I'd be good.
Aye.
But like, if he turned out to be like a mass murderer or something, like I'd be like, oh yeah.
Yeah. And also that's fine because now we can actually separate the man from the art.
Yeah. Like, this is the best true crime ever. Like this is gonna fucking help his sales.
Yeah. Anthony Jeselnik, I'd fucking hate if he turned out to be that'd be shite.
No,
I don't think he is. I've not heard anything.
No, the memories started. Start rumours about one of your heroes. Shira.
Aye.
Any Shira Lineker. Oh man, it's so funny. I kind of turned the beep off me watch, right? And Annie Boyle, she's so funny, man. I find Annie Boyle so just so fucking deadpan, like in real life as well as on stage. We're watching like beep in quick succession. I was like, I can't turn mine off. She's like, I can't turn mine off. And I'm out today. She's like, I actually fucking quite like it. It's like, so I'm doing like fucking long pregnant pause, like in a slow bit, and a little beep or whatever, right? And then we've had that conversation backstage, and then we're in the wings, and there's someone on stage, right? And mine beeps and hers beeps like within seconds, and we're looking at each other and just like, cheers, we'll watch this from across the backstage. And then we're watching the gig, and 3 minutes later, someone else's watch beeps, and we just look at each other with pure disgust. We're pure like, who the fuck? Which one of these monsters is living like this? And I give it with 4 hours after the gig, and I messaged her again, who the fuck let that watch beep like 3 minutes after? She was like, I'm absolutely furious. I'm something about it. I was like, try not to think about it too much, but it's going to happen again in about 5 minutes. And it's just like every hour I get angrier.
That's so
What
funny.
a flippant way to live your life.
Have some class.
What you
Have
doing?
some self-respect. Brush your teeth, man.
Yeah, fucking get your shoes off the table. Wipe your bum. Well, you're not wiping your bum. It's basic
Hand
stuff.
wash your fucking armpits in the shower. Just get some soap under there. Jesus. Make your bed in the morning. What are you doing? For you.
Put something on that bread. Why are you just eating the bread?
Oh, are you depressed? Do you need to go to therapy? Because I'm not talking to you about this. I'm disgusted.
Change your bath water. Why is it the same bath water? It's been weeks without bath water.
2025, man.
Animal. Fucking animal. Do you reckon, like, it can't be intentional that they did that? Do you reckon they did that because they, like, always want the feeling of being late?
What, maybe.
Like, some people have the clock in their car slightly wrong, or it's wrong and they haven't changed it because it actually gets them to work on time. I wonder if they're just living in this state like a fucking, like, living like the fucking rabbit in
I think there's just people, and all of these people should be killed, by the way. I think there's people who just do not get wound up by beeps the same way other people fucking do, right? I will get furious at, like, when we buy a new dishwasher, and when it's done, it beeps 4 times, and you're like, 4? 4. One is, check on this.
The Airbnb.
Yeah.
The Airbnb that me and Connor were at in Melbourne. It played a tune, like a fucking ice cream van coming into the street.
Nonsense. Get rid of that.
We're trying to fucking watch something and it just didn't stop. It fucking verse 2.
Man, infuriate. Your brother, I will never forget. I love your brother.
Keyboard sounds on.
No, mother. Oh, mate, not just that. I was staying with him at an extra fucking altitude. That cunt can sleep through an alarm. Or he can, like, hear an alarm and just be like, all right, that just lets me know that I need to be awakened. You know, I need to be awake now. But I can just, while I'm waking up, I can just listen to that for about 7 minutes. And I'm like, turn that off fucking immediately. When I wake up, man, if I get to the second alarm, I've failed the first game of the day.
Yeah. So you've got, like, I never mind like a snooze or a parachute alarm, right? But you know this right on the snooze button that my wife does, right? An hour. A full hour of, like,
just it's on
intermittent, like every, like, 5 minutes or whatever, for like it comes on double figures times. Right, and that's how her method of, like, gradually waking up with that. And I'm just there going, I'm going to try to get back to sleep after this. I don't have work. I got to bed later than you, so I made a deal with her. I was like, right, if you choose that hour to do that, I'm going to do it like the first hour of my sleep. We're both doing the same thing. You can't be mad. Yeah. We're both doing the same thing in the middle of someone else's sleep. You can't be mad at us. I'm gonna ride my snooze button for the first hour that I'm in bed. If you do it for your last deal. So she's I mean, she didn't do it in altitude, but she's probably been enjoying me not being in the bed.
I had a really good passive aggressive moment of communication with Cara the other day, which is like, how very fair fucking gripe is that sometimes when I'm on my phone, but sometimes if I'm not listening to you, I'm just not listening to you. Like, she could be there,
you zoned out,
talking and I'm not listening, and then she'll be like, you kidding me, you're not paying attention, and I'm like, huh? So that's been a very fair gripe of hers. Then we go,
Kaelin does that.
Yeah, he goes.
He zones out from time to time.
Yeah. But I mean, he's fine and it's cute fucking kids, and there's way more going on in his head. And mine's is definitely an attention span thing. And with, like, ADHD stuff, people keep pointing at it. I'm like, we'll see. I just say to her, I'm like, hey, I know it really annoys you. It's not, like, great being brought into a conversation with somebody being like, you're not fucking listening. And I get it for you, that's not the start of the conversation, but that is the start of the conversation every fucking time for me. And it's hard to not fucking meet you in the same.
Now the conversation's a fight.
yeah. Like, and so I was like, I pictured it this way: you're sending an email without turning the computer on, right?
And then you just turned the screen and went, hey, you not fucking read this?
No. She's typed an email and then turned the computer on and be like, well, I typed the email. I'm like, get my attention first. I will listen to it. If you're like, Daniel, I'll be like, absolutely. I think a lot of the time, women are like, men aren't listening. I'm like, Valid complaint. Also, are you not getting their attention? Are you having a conversation out loud and expecting the other person to just fucking tune in when they're in the middle of a daydream or the fucking algorithm that grabs all of our attention?
If you want me to listen, ask us to repeat what you've just said.
Yeah.
I'll listen when it's in a man's voice. No. I'm committing to the misogynistic bit that I set up earlier. I'm not.
He's committing to it off camera, and he's committing to it in front of his wife.
Hard commit. We've reached the end of this particular episode.
Aye.
We're about to go and do the Sydney Opera House again.
Aye.
Which is a nice thing to normalise.
Yeah.
The lineup.
Normalise playing the Sydney Opera House. Let's normalise it.
Pretty cool, isn't it? What a fucking lineup. We've got like friends who flew in from different parts of Australia to join.
Yeah, lineup is Becky Lucas, you, Debbie Lardner, Reece Nicholson, Nick Cody, Damien Power, Connor Barnes,
Andy Donna. Did you say Nick Cody? Did you say Reece Nicholson?
Yeah.
I think that's the lineup. It's class.
Oh man, I got Reece Nicholson so good the other day.
Yeah.
Let me tell this. So Reece is they now, right? Well, I say now, has been for about 2 years. And they never correct me when I get it wrong, right? I've been friends with Reece since we were 19. So for most of that, it was he, him, right? So I'm constantly tripping up on that. And Reece never corrects me, but whenever Gavin say it, Carol, I'll go, them. I'm like, all right, man, yeah, fair enough. Like, I got to get it into my head, fair enough. Good thing fucking corrected me. And then doing that thing of like, anytime I get it right in other conversations, mentally patting myself on the back. I'll be like, well, I was hanging out with Reece and they said, I'm an ally. Right? When I was down in Melbourne, I was outside up in a vape and Reece walked up. And I was talking to Stu Dahlman as well. And Reece has had a bit that they've always done, which is like whenever a car backfires, even if it's mid-conversation or if there's like a big crash or a bang or whatever, they'll say, oh, down she goes, as if it's an assassination attempt. It's one of my favourite ongoing bits that Reece has been doing over the years. And I was very glad they did it again. But car backfires and Reece goes, oh, down she goes. And I went, they? Right.
Down they go.
and then they laughed and I went, fucking annoying, isn't it?
oh man, I got me and Connor both fucking got Sophie Hagen backstage at the last gala because she was on after Iman. Little abomination that he is. He was on the last episode. And she was asking, does he want the mic stand? Because it was back announced. Does he want the mic stand put on at that height? And Connor was like, no, just leave it where it is because he's going to make a joke of it being high up. And she went, oh yeah, so just leave it normal height. It went, normal? Well, the people, huh? Normal, huh? just like of all the people to cancel us. Didn't think it would be you guys. It was fucking funny, but normal, huh? I fucking loved it. Great, let's go and pack this up and do a show and then get home.
Aye.
I've got, if this is out before, I've got some shows in Sydney. Bye.